Okay. Um, First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God, and understanding that I'm thanking God even though life is not good. And it's funny how these perps are doing everything possible to break me down and try to make me feel discredited. If anything, the more I look at things, it's just like it seems like they're working themselves out in different ways. They're sorting themselves out, and it doesn't say that, it doesn't mean that my life is going to get any better, but it's just, I've been set for failure, and it's just naturally things are just embarrassing them. I'm currently employed by people who are supposed to pay me in this negative way, and in every fashion it's like, you can do that, but this is reality. They try to gaslight me about certain things about work, and it's funny how just things work themselves out. And I know that when it comes to employment, everything is set to break you down, right? And they're try to create these like mental battles about some benchmark that was supposed to be there, and I called it out to be like too much of too high, and also calling out that we could have attained this if this wasn't happening, but in the circumstances are happening, and basically looking at now what I'm working on just seems to perform super well, maybe too good to be true, to be honest. But they try to use that as like, you see here, I know it all. I was like, yeah, I was actually correct, and I was correct about assessing these people and their inabilities, and also understanding the reality of things. Now, the fact that the performance of what I created is that high, it speaks about, I guess, things looking good. It's actually making me look good, if anything, and it makes me look like it's something that's is points for me, if anything. But they try to reverse it. It's like, yeah, no, it's like I'm not a know-it-all, but I just understand reality, and I put the reality in these people's face. And I've been validated by the fact that there's people who are supposed to be the expert on those certain things that should be known, okay? And so because of that, you should listen to them in a certain way. So you should be careful, and I've learned my lesson, and going forward I will be more vocal if the opportunity comes again, to stand on the ground of understanding what's happening. And literally what was applied onto something made the performance look bad, and now that this thing is not on anymore, the performance is doing well. So this is just some gaslighting purpose used in some employment stuff. Now this is not what disturbs me, it's not disturbs me. This is them trying to pain me in certain ways. Now, going into what's happening to me today, I've been tormented and manipulated throughout the whole day, but that's the same thing. There's nothing new. Same stuff, the same manipulation over and over. And then try to gaslight me, try to make me identify. Matter of fact, they try to use, like, you see, you thought this was not going to perform that high. It's like, actually, I knew it could perform that well, but this is something that was causing that low performance. I knew that once this is over, this will perform well. Now, I didn't want to put this high level expectation there, but I know the performance will drastically be way better if this thing is over. Now, with that being said, they use whatever they can to gaslight you. I'm not a genius. I understand their job is to make me think that I'm not being manipulated. I understand their job is to make me think that I should identify with this disturbingness, whatever ways it comes in. They disturb me in so many disgusting ways. I wish I had the other phone to show you this consistent manipulation. But you've seen my videos. I always say the same thing. It's always the same stories about what they're doing to me. I show the patterns of what they've been doing to me, and it's going to continue this way. They are altering my mind in ways that's degrading. They are breaking me down mentally, and manipulating my thought process, and rewiring my thought process and libido in the ways that's so degrading. And who are they? Let me just start introducing myself. First of all, I've called myself a target individual because I understand that there's men and women and children all around the world dealing with this and are target individuals. I've accepted that being a target individual means that you're just a test subject. And unfortunately, what's happening to you is you are just a guinea pig where technology of all sorts is being applied onto you and meant to control and manipulate you. But there's layers of an ecosystem surrounding you to try to gaslight you. And they utilize whatever they can to break you down. And they want you to identify with these manipulations. And like I said, gaslighting, right, is a way to recreate reality and put doubt on the target individual who they want you to erase their perception of reality and replace it with this falsified reality. That's why they can do these things where, oh, but you say this thing here, we're not gonna be there, but you see, and they use that like, you see, we're not manipulating. You like random things to put doubt into you. You shouldn't be doubtful. They will utilize everything to make you think that you're not being manipulated. You're not a know-it-all, but you know yourself. And you know who you are. They're just trying to change who you are. And who you are is somebody who's being manipulated to be somebody that you're not. As a target individual, I deal with this level of manipulation that a lot of the target individuals deal with. I can't say it's worse or better, but a lot of the target individuals express the same manipulations and testify about it. I'm not unique in this. That's why I'm able to speak comfortably with no fear in regard of understanding they manipulate me. I of course know myself in the first place, but on top of that, having a validation that that's the things they do to others and rewiring them in these ways and try to break you down and use all kind of old school, new school gaslighting tactics to break you down. I have no shame for the things they do to me because I shouldn't be shameful for how they manipulate my brain. I'm disturbed though. I'm tormented by it. But shame, never. I can look at them and actually the hatred that they want to project onto me is the hatred I truly have for them. They will never make me identify with these disgusting things, no matter how they present themselves. It is so disgusting to see this trash that have like this entitlement, that think that people should just, their behavior, the way they insult everybody's intelligence should be a validation for you to identify with this. Their gimmicks, their behaviors, the way they be a clowns, don't understand this is a life and death situation. So if you are not willing to die for it, don't play this game. Because this is not a game. I know my life, I know who I am, I know who I am not, and understand what's happening to me. It's not even and there's no need to argue back and forth. I'm dealing with people who are harming women and children, who are trying to present themselves as protectors of women and children. There's no argument here. There's no debates here. In the understanding the reality, target individual, when I make these videos, it's not here to try to convince this trash that I hear involved in something that's doing evilness to even babies. Send this trash that call this being at war. There's some clown. Some of them are like teenage retards who they just influence and put batteries in their back to think that they're just some kind of warriors, heroes. I'm not here to try to convince this trash. I'm just, if anything, I'm just trying to debate, not even debate, I'm trying to let them know, it's like, you come too close to me. If you don't know what you're involved in and you want to play your little fantasized reality, don't come near me because it's going to be dangerous. You definitely deserve to die for what you're involved in, by the way. I'm just not a killer. You're not at war. If you're at war, then it gives me all the green light to kill you, because that's what war is, right? But it's not war. You're just a loserness of a trash that's supposed to brainwash me into accepting these things. And I know this technology is very empowering, intoxicating. It's fun, right? You can control human mind. And you think it's your world when you're just a bottom feeder in this whole thing. You play with people's life and you think nothing can happen to you. You're so disgusting trash, but it's okay. if things like that sort themselves out one way or another, like what you're saying, for me, I've accepted the reality. You know, what they've been doing to me since August 19, 2019, it's been an altering of my mind that's degrading. Listen, physically, they're destroying my health, damaging it very slowly. They really want this death to go slow, because at the same time, they want to maximize the test subject as long as they can. Get as much as they can get out of it. Get as much data they can get out of it in regard of manipulation, altering, and what works and doesn't work. Maximize a subject as much as they can. And they want to very slowly do this thing so they can fully maximize this asset. Then let that go away. That's the reality. They paint themselves while they do that in such a disturbing ways. First of all, don't ever get vilified by people involved in something that tortures and kills women and children, even men, obviously. So you have this trash painting themselves as these protectors and avengers and punishers, when in reality they torture children. Women are dying, children are dying. They utilize tactics that are so disgusting: drugging, torturing, raping, killing, burning, sexual torturers, all sorts of nasty. Families being destroyed, babies, infants. Then have the audacity to present themselves to me as like these avengers. Nasty trash. That's why I say I'm not here to argue with this trash. I know what they are. I just ask God to give me the strength to compose myself as much as I can in whatever ways they paint themselves. I'd said this a million times, talking with Joe. Understand, you're lucky. You could have been this trash. This program has created a normalization of evilness that you can't even understand. They even created this fantasized trash, like where they think these clowns think they are war in their pajamas. You should see some of this perps involved in full-on pajamas. And of course, that's the proper attire for this. I'm out here right in my own apartment. What would you wear? Like this is not war. We're just guinea pigs that they're observing, slowly dying and tormenting and torturing. That's it. I mean, listen, that's what Target Video have lost their mind to the point. And when they lose their mind, usually the perps are not the one getting killed. Because if I was really at war and I saw this trash, I would have handled it like war. But I know it's not that. I know they even employ this teenage trash. Anybody from all walks of life who torture the most vulnerable and then play the protectors of those vulnerable. It's so disgusting. You know, sometimes I wonder, like, if I was in a state where I can get a gun legally, which in many cases I can, and I saw this trash, and listen, I'm not pushing for violence. Do not be violent. But it's the one thing to be, you know, I'm in New York City. I don't have guns. I don't care about having a gun. But let's just say I was able to acquire a gun legally. Killing somebody with a gun is very simple. You just press the trigger. This trash will push you, and then all you have to do is point a gun and press a trigger. That will be it. You end your torment, and you make sure you take some trash away. That's how easy it would have been. I'm thankful this is not in circumstances I'm in, because I don't even want to test myself to see if I will pull a trigger on this trash. Because the truth is, they do deserve to die, but I don't want to be the one killing this trash. Target vigilance is not for you to trash this real life. Let them take themselves to the trash. Let them trash be the trash that they are. They'll be trashed the way they need to be. It's going to be sorted one way or another. I know my videos are not here to be spiritual and whatnot, but if anything, I've become closer and closer and more religious than ever. I do believe in God more than ever, even though things are not in my favor. So why? because I've seen them just play the gods that they are and see the things happens to them. It's like magical. It's like they laugh and they're all that excited, but it's like, you should. I know your life is not good. I know a lot of these people partaking in this are not living their best life. Okay. Some of them are just teenage kids. It's like, oh my gosh, all the horrible things that you can go through in your life, you haven't even scratched the surface of living life. So much can happen to you, and I'm sure some of them have already gone through some bad things in already. So you're just setting yourself for a better life. And I'm being very sarcastic because no, not better life. Some of them are even escaping from their life to partake in this. Now, the manipulation I've dealt with, it's getting worse with time. Because it's just like they break you down and you forget who you really are. They really try to break you down. And this trash around me, you've seen the videos of somebody with machete trash. It's like, I gotta run to that. I ask God to give me the strength to endure the sufferings and give me the strength to run to that sufferings, because my sufferings is the way this trash are gonna be sorted. I want them to see this man willingly ran toward this, walked to that direction, knowing that's gonna happen to me or expecting that to happen. And I'm not a tough guy. Oh, I'm not. I'm not somebody who likes pain. I'm not somebody who wants sufferance. I'm not somebody who's a tough guy. I don't like violence. I don't want to be violent. I don't even want to, even if I can, let's just say, be more, like, I can harm somebody. I don't even want to do that. But I gotta run to this. And when I see this trash who thinks this low life are out here making me pay, they will not live their fantasy, that's for sure. No matter how young they are, because they're utilizing kids that are not even mentally developed. So they're putting batteries in the back of this trash to think they're just avenging trash. Yesterday I was, if you watch my videos, you hear this trash like, yeah, now I'm taking you to hell. And basically, as they manipulate me in these degrading ways, they tell me how I'm going to be framed. I was like, yes, but you taking your trashy ass to hell, you low life shit. I'm glad that you have fucked up parents who lead you in this life instead of trying to show you a life of like growing up with honor and dignity. Imagine a child pretending to get raped as a child. Well, what future do they have? Are they going to be good citizens growing up to be normal, live a normal life? They're damaged already. Damaged by people who just guide children to pretend to get raped. What the F they're going to grow up to be? They tell me, yeah, no, they make it look like, apparently I'm being told that what's happening to me is they're framing me and make it look like I'm interacting with teenage kids. And they're like, yeah, this is on the forbidden love and trash ass. Forbidden love. The one thing is, this trash comes to me is gonna be forbidden punch. I'm gonna slam the shit. Excuse me. I'm gonna slap the life of this trash if they come near me. But can you imagine the fact that children are here kind of prepping to frame me in this way and come up with stories like that? I can see them try to method act. I was like, come near me. Here. Talk about a threat. I'll slap the life out of you retarded. You start thinking about your future, start thinking about what you should do, go to school, college. I'm telling you. It'll be a slap that is just wake your damn ass up. Grow up within a slap. No matter what these clowns and these fucking fake psyops of feminism and disgusting trash that try to use like this kind of honorable things like feminism and protection of women and children, hyping kids to act like they should pretend they're getting raped. Oh, disgusting trash. That's what you get. Parents, that's what you get, ruining your own children's future. But clowns are here involving the programs killing women and children. They better. That's good. That's what I'm not saying that because I'm talking about the wellness of these clowns. No, trash. Let them do that for the rest of their life. I'm just saying that because it's the obvious things. They've turned me into this prophetic being by saying, hey, I think that children acting like they're getting raped, framing people, will most likely not grow up to be normal. I have a feeling that they're gonna grow up damaged in other ways. The kids acting like they're being in this romantic relationship with an adult when it wasn't true will damage them in the long term. The kids that act like they are avenging and pretend that they were groped or raped or whatever it is they're pretending they're doing will not grow up to be noble. The kids growing to be mean to the point where they pretend these things are happening to them that is not happening to them will not be okay. Matter of fact, I know they're not gonna be okay, but it's okay. This trash are gonna trash. Talk about trashing me, they trash themselves. And on top of that, they're involved in something that trash even babies. They're so nasty and mean that they torture children in this program, and they utilize this childlike individuals in these programs in other target mentions have literally said that, call them out. This teenager attitude and this thing like this. It's literally what I see here. It seems in this program is commonly norm. The norm in this program is target individual calling out this teenager, young people, like very young, and shocked by how young these people, children involved. You will find that people talk about the whole family involved in this. It's like something in women saying that. And it keeps coming back in this like obviousness. It's just so systematic that it's a weird experience when you hear somebody describing what you're experiencing in real time. It's surreal. It's like, do they have like a script? And it's like, okay, do this. This is the new target video. Do the same thing. It's all around the world. You can even, in some cases, when they film this purpose, you see that teenagers, people like always like, Jesus. Pushing men and women and even children to suffer and kill themselves. And see who's pushing these people to kill themselves. Some non-stable trash that can kill themselves like that. It's the irony of people who try to tell you that you're going to kill yourself, and look at who's telling you that's like, oh my gosh, you know how easily you can kill yourself? You are so mentally unstable, it's so easy. You don't even want to know how you're going to die, trash. It's amazing. It's almost like biblical that the most unstable person is trying to push you into insanity or pushing you to kill yourself. And you look at these clowns like, oh, how long do you think you're going to live till? He's such a pathetic trash. He's such a loser. They tell you, it's okay. But I find strength in this. And whatever ends up happening to me, if I end up killing myself, it's because I've been pushed to that level by governmental entities that torture even women and children. It takes all of that for me to kill myself. Well, these clowns, Jesus. I can say 2 words and then they'll be like, oh my God, they'll jump over this thing. Some loserness. They want you to be convinced that you're not being manipulated. Tagging me, just stay strong. They were manipulating me toward the babies. I wish I had my camera. There's like the babies were like, this like Safe Children, like St. Jude. This is a little baby with her arm. I thought the arm was cut off at the first. So, oh my gosh, stimulating me. There was a background of a little 6-year-old, and they tried to play with my legs. There was like all kind of nasty manipulation. And then there was this 9-year-old they were messing with me with. And then they would try to go back into the falsified memories of the daughters of the friend that I used to have. How they falsify her. It's like, now you flirted with her. Just falsify, disgusting thing. And then bringing up when I went back and I was trying to, like, I think taking screenshots and make videos about them. And then this kid now is like a 10-year-old, 11-year-old doing chili. They try to mess with me. Then make me think of like when she was just turning her first job. The way they just change it and play my brain. And then this trash like, no, but remember what you did when you're in 8th grade. Yes. It's like, you are killing children and you talk about me as a kid. And then falsify my memories and then altering the memories of the friends, the children of my friends, or my old friends, I should say, because now they're participants. I will never let you live your fantasy. Today, what's happening is you're clearly being altered from your memories to your current experiences. And they try to piece together from the falsified memories to what they make you experience today. And be like, now we're just mining your brain, you trash ass. From the babies to it. And then they have people telling you, I'm talking about children, not even some kids, telling you that they're gonna frame you with them. I was like, sure, of course you will. Then play the feminist on top of that. It's so disgusting trash. Tagging videos stay strong. When we see each other, me, I've accepted the reality. I gotta be strong to not do something, but it's not looking good. So why am I have to lose? If they have nothing to lose, let them do these things. Because there's nothing for me. There's nothing to lose. Do I think I'm not being manipulated? Okay. I don't think my memory is being manipulated. Okay. Play that game. Send the most immature retard come near me with the gimmicks. Things are not gonna look good. I'm telling you. Don't be surprised when if I go to that route, because you've seen me going through somebody with machete, and not thinking that this is not going to do anything. I walked toward that person knowing that he's going to do something. It didn't happen, but I didn't expect nothing to be happening. I was like, I'm going toward that. It's dangerous. It's the torture. There's the chopping they talk about. Let me go there. But I'll never identify with this. They're using this child of my friend. They're rewiring because they did this thing yesterday toward the child of somebody else, and because they kind of look alike, they try to create this like rewinds, like they say I matched it. And it's like, no, you're matching to what you manipulate me to experience. You trash. And then they use this immature retards that don't have no shame. They think they should be taken serious. When you see the clowns, the way they come in, it's like, do you think I can even look at you with respect? I'm at the office and some new guys come in, some immature fucking clown that comes in and she's like, you think I respect you? Like, I wish I could take a picture of you clown like. I said, look at me. You think some clown like you can make me think I'm not being manipulated and my memories are not being altered? You think you can convince me that I'm not being manipulated? Do you think I'm that brittle? Mentally? I might be physically brittle because what you damaging my body, but mentally, you would never make me think I'm not being manipulated. You're not falsifying my memories. You're not doing. I made videos because the day comes when my brain is so gone. I'll go back to the videos I've been making for years now. When I can't speak, I'll go back. It's like, it's okay. I said it a million times already. You're playing my memories there. You're doing this thing. Then you bring up what you did to me when I saw this kid again. And then you're going back to my memories, falsifying memories. And then you act like you're doing it for Britney when you're involved in a program that's out here killing women. Then you act like you're doing it for Courtney when you're out here involved in a program that's raping women. Trash us. It's the same system. Consistently doing the same thing. And then try to make me identify with this manipulation that you say you're mapping when you just falsify my memories. Then you should talk about what I did when I was a child. Try to exaggerate that. It's like, now we're making you like a child. You see, there's something there. So yes, there's you in my brain, and you don't talk about some child brain to be like, that's what we're doing. We're making you like the brain of a child. When a child's brain structure is different than an adult. It's like, you made me mentally retarded? No. You're manipulating my brain this way. And then use these clowns around you that are supposed to make you think you're not being manipulated. And they work for top tier entities that have issue with pedophilia. These clowns, in every way they've been humiliated. Can you imagine, on top of all of this validation that you know you're being manipulated, to understand that the entities that are really behind what's happening to you, not this trash or retards that sold even their kids to this program, the entities behind this have issue with pedophilia that they had to create a bill for it. And it's not even just like, it's just so bad that they will talk about computers given to them by the DOD. It's just magical. Oh, you know how much validation that adds to it? Then you see who's supposed to be this manual. Shut up, you manipulate my brain. And then you clearly, and they do this thing so systematically. The rewiring, then the brainwashing, then the rewiring, then the brain. It's like, no, we're matching your brain. No, you're manipulating my brain, you dumb shit. Then using clowns, retards, brain is not even fully structured. Look, like I call them they're on spectrum. They're on a spectrum. Then they send this retard that I'm supposed to think this. They're the one just assessing. You look at almost mentally retarded. Oh, and they sound even more. They sound mentally retarded. Wanting you to take them serious too, huh? Talking me just stay strong and see these clowns for the clowns that they are. Retard is what they use kids like that. When they come near me, I slap the life out of them if they play this fantasy. You're lucky that's only all I'm thinking about, because you deserve to die, you retard shit. Because you're being groomed to this. This mad person, you're fucking mentally retarded shit. Target me to stay strong.